Welcome back to another video. Today is a pretty exciting one. It's been one I've been wanting to do for a while. We're working on the CAR MIATA again. And today we're going to do some custom over fenders to fit this angle kit. We got this IRP angle kit on here that sticks out quite a bit past the stock fenders. And I still actually need to add an inch spacer because with how much angle it has, the tire and wheel will hit the tie rod. So pretty much the wheel at full lock will hit this tie rod right here. So we still have to add an inch spacer, sadly, because it already sticks out a good amount. I mean, I'd say, 2 inches, 3 inches out past the fenders, which is fine. I've thought really hard about how I want to go about this. Wide bodies are ugly to me, and I just didn't know what to do. So I know, trust the process. I know it looks very tacky and ugly, but I mean, with no spacer, it fits. It'd fit it perfectly, but it's gonna stick out an inch. So I guess we'll have a little inch of poke, but trust the process. I'll tape one up there so you can get a good look. We're not just gonna be bolting these to the stock fenders and then running it like that. I hate the look of wide bodies. They don't make any like wider fenders that are flared out. For these cars, I think they may make like a plus 20 or a plus 15. I think new makes a plus 20 or plus 15 over fender, but I'm gonna need more than that. This is the best thing I've come up with to get the close to OEM as possible look. It's gonna look wide body, but at least it won't be like the tacky eBay flares. I'm going to cut these to fit and weld them onto the OEM fenders and then fiberglass mold them onto the fenders and try and get it to look as OEM as possible. So just trust the process, and I think it'll look good. If it doesn't, I'll throw it away and we'll try something else, but I think it'll look good. Let me throw a spacer on real quick and then I'll tape this on there. We can get a kind of an idea of how it's gonna look. This is with the inch spacer on and the flare taped on. Covers it up pretty well, just a tiny bit of poke, which is honestly kind of what I was wanting. Like I said, looks a little tacky right now, but it fits the wheel with the angle kit. We're gonna cut. Got it all cut up. This is what we're working with. I'm gonna mount the flare right on this line, so I cut it just below it. Gonna cut these edges off, take the fender off, and then cut these edges off. And then start grinding and weld her on. Okay, so lots of progress has been made since I picked the camera up last. Sorry for the booger welds. I only have a crappy flux core at home. But yeah, chopped the edge off, welded it all up, chopped this edge off, and I also made like this little arch piece to make it not look like so eBay look. I don't know, it's just like the typical flare look. I hate it, so I had to like do something to make it stand out and look different. Obviously it's gonna be molded, but I think it'll look pretty good. Give the tire, it'll show the tire a little bit more and make it look super aggressive, so that'll be cool. But yeah, I may do something with the front too. I'm not too sure. I don't think what I did in the back would flow right with the front, but maybe like a straight edge cut, or I don't know. I just feel like this looks tacky. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna mold it and then it'll look a lot better. But yeah, I just wanted to give a little update. I haven't started the other side, so I'm gonna finish this side and film it all, and then I'm just gonna bust out the other side. But now I'm gonna grind all the welds a little bit more, tack up any spots that I missed, and then start molding it with fiberglass. Looking nice. Got a dent up here that I need to fix as well. Not looking bad. Laid on pretty good. This side I laid on a lot better than this side, but this side didn't need as much. It just had a little, it was just a little deep right where it was in the crevice. It's pretty cold outside. It's actually Christmas Eve today, so it's like 40 or something degrees. And this fiberglass takes forever to dry. I've been waiting for it to dry for like 20 minutes already and still waiting, but that's just how it is when the weather's cold and I don't have a heated garage. Need to get a heater in here ASAP, but we'll see. Maybe next week I'll buy one, but I'm gonna block this out once it dries and then I'll update. All right, I already did fiberglass once, but I need to go add a second layer. Hopefully I'll have enough built up on there after this layer, and then we can do Bondo and then primer. when you're working with Bondo glass, you need to mix it up really well because it's really thick, especially when you have long hair. Not so much short hair, it's a little easier, but with long hair, it's really thick and kind of hard to get the hardener mixed in properly. So just make sure, if you're ever using it, make sure that you can't see the hardener whatsoever and it's completely mixed in the product before applying. Okay, so I suck at filming, as you know. But anyways, I sanded all the fiberglass down and laid first coat of Bondo. Got it all good. About to block it now with 80. Yeah, I think it's gonna look pretty sick. Trust the process, I promise. Just trust. It's gonna look good, I hope. I think it is, but we're trying to get it as OEM as possible. I know it's not gonna look OEM with it being like, 75 millimeters wider than stock, but it's better than tacky eBay overfenders that are just screwed onto the fender. So, I don't know. I just want a flush look. I don't want the bolt-on overfender look. I hate that. I'm going to be real upset when I hit a wall or another car or something because these are taking longer than I initially expected. But I also haven't been working on it too much. I've been working on the S13 a lot, actually. Video for that coming soon. I don't know which one. It might already be out or it might be coming after this. I'm not too sure. But gonna block this and then I will update. It's another day of me working on the Miata. Got quite a bit of progress done actually. So this side's pretty much done. As you can see, I use guide coat. I still have a little low spot here and a little low spot here, barely. But overall it looks good and I'm not too worried about it. It's a drift car. There's dents all over this fender and all over the rest of the car. So, I'm not too worried about making this thing perfect. I just want to make it look decent and look good. So I'm not about to go fix all the bodywork on the fenders and then first event slam into a tire wall and ruin it. So, it doesn't really matter. This side over here, I just wiped it for the second time and I started blocking it, as you can see. Then I realized I never gave another update. Almost done, about halfway done. Gonna shoot primer on it, hopefully tomorrow, maybe? Today's Thursday, so I'll probably finish this side tonight. Primer it tomorrow when I get home from work, and then it's Saturday the next day, so I can stay up late tomorrow night, block it, get it all good. I don't want to put extra time and money into it, fixing everything, because if and when something does happen, I'm going to be upset, and it's just, I'm still learning. I've only driven 5 events ever in the Unos, not this car. I've never driven this car, but I only have technically 4.5 because my last event that I drove, I didn't even really get to drive that much. The car was having issues. So I'm still fairly new at this, so I know stuff's going to happen. I'm not going to spend time making it perfect. So the bodywork on these fenders are done. Like I said, not perfect, but they're pretty good. I got the car wrapped up. Going to throw a tarp over that. But yeah, I think they turned out pretty good. They're going to look cool. Once they're one color, it'll look better. But yeah, about to shoot primer on this, and then we'll start blocking primer. This is the primer that I use. It's a pretty good, cheap alternative to a lot of other brands. It's not super high build like I normally would like, but it gets the job done. It's cheap, and it's okay. So for my DIY stuff here at home, that's usually what I use. Got them all primed. They look pretty good, pretty straight. Not too shabby. I think these are gonna look pretty sick. I told y'all to trust me on the process. I wanted most OEM look. I know there's a dent there. I wasn't gonna fix it, I don't care. It's hard to get a fender to look OEM when it sticks out 3-4 inches past stock, but I think I've managed to do it the best way possible. Obviously it doesn't look OEM, but it's the closest thing to be able to fit these wheels with the angle kit. Once this dries, I'll throw them back on and I'll pick the camera back up. I don't even know what the last clip I filmed for this video was. I haven't even been out in this garage in like a month almost. It's been below freezing for like the last month. It really has just not worked out. It gets up to like 30-ish in the day, and then after the sun goes down, it drops to like 15, 20. And that's when I get off work, is after the sun goes down. So I don't want to be out here working because I have no heater. I really should just buy a heater. I don't even know what the last clip I filmed for this car was, but here's an update. Whole car is sanded. Fenders are bolted on. I don't know if I filmed the clip, but yeah, they turned out pretty sick. They look good. Started blocking on this one a little bit, but yeah, they look great. Doors and quarters I'm going to prime because the turquoise paint is trash. The previous owner, I think, rattle canned it. I really should strip it all off, but I'm lazy in a drift car, so I don't really care. That is the whole point of this car. I don't want to make it super nice. I think I've said that a million times in this video probably. So I'm going to prime the doors and quarters, both sides, block, sand the rest of it, sand the rest of the kit, and then shoot base. I know it's easier said than done, but I'm going to get started on that. What's up? It's a new day. I just picked up another primer gun. I get these, they're like 20 bucks at Harbor Freight. I use them like 4 or 5 times. If that, I go back and exchange them for a new one because the warranty for 2 years is $4 and the warranty for 1 year is $2. So you buy one initially and then you buy the warranty for $2 and then you use it a few times and then you just go exchange a new one. Pay the warranty again, pay the warranty again. So I got this for $2 and I'm going to continue to do that. But yeah, this is the primer I use for the DIY stuff. Cheap primer, it's good, it's high build. A little tip, anytime you're setting up a new gun, what you want to do, this back screw, which is the needle, usually come pretty loose whenever you first get a new gun. This is to set up any basic gun and then you can fine tweak it when you're actually shooting, but this will get you close to what you want. Pull the trigger all the way down and then tighten this needle until you start feeling the trigger have pressure. You see it come out a little bit? It was way far back when I first got it, but I already did it. And then you tighten that locking nut right there. And then what I do on the fan, that's all the way closed. I open it all the way up and then I go back 2 half turns, so full like 180. And that'll be pretty good. Make sure your nozzle's on straight, and then you can adjust air pressure once you actually get the airline on and start shooting. Also, just run a little bit of thinner through your whole gun when it's brand new. You don't know all the chemicals and stuff they used when making this gun or cleaning it or whatever. I always just like to run a little bit of thinner through it, just to peace of mind. I suck at filming. Gonna do a little update. I haven't worked on this car in like a month. Fenders are done. This is all done. It's ready for paint. I don't know what I filmed last. Interior looking fire as always. I might actually get a cage shell this weekend to cut out and put in this for next season because I want to cage it. I was gonna build my own cage. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this weekend I get a cage roller and this winter I'll cut it out and weld it in this. We'll see. Hardtop is prepped. I'll wipe a few spots with glaze, but it's pretty much good. And then obviously hit all the edges with Scotch-Brite. Also, got the Garrett mounted up, 2554. Should spool really quick. I got a new KVD front bumper. Like I said, I don't remember what I filmed last. I really suck at filming, and I haven't even worked on this car in a long time. But I just wanted to film an update. I'm going to try and film more while I'm actually working. I was just about to go inside for the night. Then I was like, oh yeah, I should probably film for this video. This video is like 3 months in the making. I think the start of this video was 3 months ago. Check out the angle. Crazy. I need extended brake lines for this as well. Hydro lines. I still haven't decided if I'm going to do inline or dual caliper. Dual caliper for the knuckles and everything is like a little over $1,000. I already have everything for inline, so I was gonna do that. But then as I was pulling the hydro out of the Unos, I slammed the door on the inlet line and I think I pinched it and it's gonna leak. I don't know. I was pissed, so like I just shoved it back in and closed the door. And that was like 6 months ago. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to pull it out of the car. I don't want to pull it out of the car, put it all in, put fluid in it, and go to bleed it, and then realize it's leaking, because I'm pretty sure it's leaking. So I don't know. I'm tempted just to go dual, because I wanted to go dual before because I could never get the inline to work, but I don't know if it was my pads. I didn't drive the car long enough to like experiment with different pads or, try and figure out why. Because then I got this chassis like when I was in the middle of that. So I don't know what we're going to do yet. Maybe I just ball out on a dual and never worry about it again. Maybe I get another set of inline lines and get some like yellow EBC yellows and try that. I don't know. We'll see. But got to hook the oil lines up. I need to get, this is a T25 on a T25 turbo on a T3 manifold. I'm going to buy a T3 and a T25 and then like a reducer I think, and then weld it all together. Try and keep it as small as possible to not raise it up too much. Should be fine. Then, oh man, looking at this, after I put the 5-bolt on the back, I'm not going to have enough room for a downpipe. I know on the Unos, I like cut this whole section out. You can't even really see. Cut this whole section out. Probably going to have to do the same on this. With it raised up a little bit from the reducer thing, I might have more room. I'm not too sure. Or I just like cut it out of the fender. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, just want to film a little update. I'll pick the camera back up tomorrow when I get off and I work on it again.